What a day, what a week, what a life. Because of a certain imagination I have developed for my own reality, for my own, mind, how could I think of anything if it isn't from the perspective of me, right? I'm Muslim, I don't know. I don't want to get into what I am. I'm talking about something that doesn't matter what you are. You will understand because it is a way to control your chaos. Okay, control the chaotic parts of you that you think you don't have any control over. But what has happened is you've been put in a hypnotic rhythm to vibrate at a lower frequency and kind of become limited through what you've been told about yourself and your possibilities. Like for example, breath work is something that I've been developing my knowledge regarding the breath work. Breathing in and like what is the prana, and then to understand that terminology, I had to go to other spiritual traditions and Hinduism. What is yoga? What does breath work have to do with it? And then come to find out, every spiritual tradition, even Islam, has that understanding where you are melting your prayer with like your soul, and it's supposed to be a union of the soul and the body, and then it takes the senses to a higher frequency, where the more pure frequencies of Allah is, instead of the lower frequencies of the dunya, of this illusion, the five senses. You don't want to be governed via your five senses. You want to have your five senses under control. That's why I go to the gym, to control my five senses. And it becomes a yoga, it becomes a prayer, because I do it in that breath of where am I? What am I? What's my purpose? What gives me power? What allows me to even lift that weight? Allah does. So how does that work? So I get into certain frequencies, and as I'm exercising my demons. I'm exercising my lower into what? Into a higher a version of itself. It's like going up the ladder, and it's a way to understand that inner dimension. And there are blueprints in different theosophical groups and occult understandings, meaning hidden from the masses by the few. It's like literally a group of people took this information. They conquered the lands. They conquered India and like the Kush Valley and the Kemet and the Muslim lands. They conquered back, right, after the Mongols came and destroyed the books, and then you had crusades for a couple hundred years, and that occulted the knowledge to all of the different places to hide it from the people getting it and like using, like basically they took the knowledge, the colonizers, and they repackaged the knowledge back to you, thinking it's yours. It's not. That's not how it works. It's like they colonized your mind. You're segregated your mind through different sects, and now you're against this sect and that sect, all while you're staying in that lower frequency. It's all about image and labels. You're not going to see the oneness if you have labels in your mind. But the mind has to have labels to understand this reality. So that's what I'm saying. It's like this kind of path, the spiritual, mystical, occult path, is a path you have to level up yourself. It's like if you want time to study this information, you have to take away time from Netflix. You have to take away time from just hanging out with your friends and talking about the best car and the best interest rates and how to make more money. It's like the next car is not going to make you happy. It's like, I know people that get cars every 7 months, 8, 9 months. But it's like, then we have conversations like this, and then part of them gets scared because they think that understanding this knowledge, they have to let go of those cars. No, it's not. You don't have to let go of the things you're passionate about. Are you passionate about the car, the Ferrari you have, or do you just like the attention it gives you? And if it makes you feel more powerful, like, then you have to cultivate that within yourself. You know, you have to feel powerful. You have to feel powerful before you are powerful. So yeah, the crazy thing is, this is the gym parking lot where I did a video here. If you go to my YouTube channel, Mystic Muslim, you know, on YouTube, and find like power of the devil doesn't have power. Everything comes from Allah. Even the shaitan and even whatever entity, lower forms, they all get their power from Allah, because there's no other giver of power. It's the ego that puts this own ideas of that power and like kind of and manifests that, and it manifests through lower frequency and fear and like anger or some kind of ego way, you know. I know the truth, so I have to spread the truth and give these people the truth and all this stuff. And these signs, these hand signs, these are geometry. I'm doing geometrical patterns, you know, all the while I'm doing geometrical patterns. And it's like I'm chanting while I'm doing them. It's like anything that when you get to a higher state in your consciousness, it has to physically manifest somehow. And it manifests like this. It's like, oh, I'm channeling. You know, it's like, in order for me the body to even soak it in, I have to put it in the angles, into the different formations I make. Okay, the different chakras. Yeah, I mean, I gotta go, but I mean, I just came here outside just to go back in the sauna, because I'm gonna go in the sauna. I'm here at this gym that closed down back in you know, when the pandemic started. I'll go outside with you. Here you go. You know what? This path is a path that you can't just read about it. Okay, if you want to be a Muslim, you can't just read about what a Muslim is. You read, you understand all the creeds and the dogma, but you got to put it within you. You have to understand what you are, you know? And all those stories are allegories. You know, all of them. The DNA, your DNA is Noah's Ark. You know, all the animals coming 2 by 2. That's the DNA sequence. You know, the chromosomes, 2 by 2, the male and the female, right? Like, seriously. So here it is, LA Fitness. So much has happened here, you know, so much. I've done so much contemplation, so much yoga, so much prayer. You know, I come out here in the back there, and that's where I pray Maghrib, because I would be here so long. You know, I pray Maghrib out there, and as like, you know, when the sun set, and it was just amazing. It was powerful. You know, it did all kinds of thoughts and let all kinds of healing happen here, all the while controlling the lower self. You know, reshaping the body. I reshaped my body. I lost like 40 pounds. You know, I regained my confidence. It's all through doing this work and understanding Allah. What is Allah? Where is Allah? What are these, you know, why can't we understand, or why is it evil, like the pentagram? You know, it's not evil, it's just what you've been told. You've been told it's evil because they don't want you to understand it. The more you think it's evil, the more you think you know that it's evil. You're not going to even attempt to learn about it and understand that it's just what you've been told. I turned off my live because I don't want people, you know, even like it's a girl. See, see, that's what the illusion does. Now what it did was it put a girl that's like attractive looking, wants to go on live with me, and I'd be like, oh, let's go on live. But then it's like I wouldn't finish this conversation. It's like the devils or the shaitan, this illusion is always trying to keep you at a lower frequency. You have to understand what the pentagram is, the 5-pointed star. It's about the mind, and the hands are like the different elements, you know. But you see it with the points up. Actually, your subconscious mind is seeing it with the point down, because your eyes, they invert and make the image upside down. This is how the vision works. You know, it projects it upside down. So, and you've been told in the physical that the upside down pentagram is evil. So every time you see it in the physical upside down, your ego is going to be like evil, you know. And then, but it's really seeing it right side up in the subconscious mind. Okay, but the in the conscious mind, it's saying it's evil. So basically, you're programming your subconscious mind to think that when you see a star pointing up is good, and upside down is bad. But in fact, it's the other way around, right? So what happens when we grow up? You know, you get a star. You know, when you're a good boy. I got stars. I remember like getting stars. They didn't put them upside down, right? See, it's and the stars and the stars and all the physical. It's with the point up. But if you have to understand what the whole metaphysics of that is, you know, it's like you don't put your spirit below your root, meaning you don't put your phallus over the root. You know what I mean? Over the spirit. Anyways, it's like the head is the spirit, and like the arms are the different elements. You know, like the water, fire, earth, and the ether. You know, and then you have you. You know, and then also that's why we pray 5 times. Like all the 5 is a numerology. It's like an understanding of like what it means. You know, it's not just arbitrary number that just made up. Oh, because you know that's what Allah said. It's like, what is the metaphysics of that? It's a ritual that we're performing. There's a deeper meaning, and each ritual is supposed to get you at a higher ascension. I don't know what question you asked, but Islam is very simple. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then you practice how you practice. Why are you even worried about what other people are doing if it's so simple for you? You know, Zamzam create hexagons in the microscope. Wow, I didn't know that. That is pretty awesome. Things Zamzam water creates hexagons, and hexagons are just a crystalline formation. You know, they say we're carbon-based life forms, right? But carbon is the structure of the pentagon. It's a pentagrammic. It's a hexagonal crystalline formation of vibration. And basically, the soul is bound to the physical. If it's thinks it's the physical, you know, and things created in physical. Did the Father teach us what? Yes, he did. He told us to pray 5 times a day. The 5 means something, you know. The 5 times. You have to understand there's a deeper understanding of the number 5. And all 5 is the energy. It's an energetic sequence. It has to do with the physical. Even in numerology, even in mathematics, even in quantum physics. That's why if you see 555s a lot in your life, if you're seeing 555s, that means there's something that it's all about a physical. Seeing the numbers 3 times, it's something about, and if you're in your physical, something is about to break down. That's what it means. It's like, but you have to break down the lower things to build a higher structure. You know, like to build a higher foundation, you can't just build a building on a weak foundation. You got to redo the whole foundation. Yeah. See, Farhan Iftikhar, that's what you think, then that's how it's gonna be for you. So that's fine. I thought like that too. SubhanAllah, Allah guided me to a higher understanding, from a belief to a knowing. You know, instead of believing, you know, knowing is greater than believing. I know, like Sadhguru was saying, you know you have 2 hands because you've experienced the other hand. You don't have to believe it, you know it. It's like the next level. You know, it's the next level of your spiritual ascension is into knowing. And you can't know. I don't know everything. If you say you know, then you can't understand it in a higher level, because you're holding on to that knowing at that level of consciousness that you've been given. But to know at a higher consciousness, you have to drop that one, but you think you're going to lose it because you don't have faith, actually, because you don't really believe subconsciously. Knowing is the next level. Anyways, I'm here to actually go in the sauna, so I'm going to get my water. I just came out here for a quick break and a quick talk, a quick 420 break. You know what I mean? And basically, yeah, I'm gonna go back inside and go in the sauna. Yeah, I believe in one power, one source of everything that created everything, the heavens, earths, everything. And I believe that, and that same power gave you the breath, breathed his breath or its breath inside you. What powers you? What animates you? Yourself? No, you don't. Okay, welcome everyone. I'm gonna go because I'm gonna go in the sauna and really, it's been a year since I've been back in the sauna, and I went to the sauna every day. Every day I went to the sauna, and I made it a ritual. I did so much prayer in there and rituals and geometry in there that it was like a center point of my opening up a portal for the angels to see me. It's like how you say like when the angels remember you when you talk about Allah and all that stuff. It's like it didn't say to everybody else. You can talk about Allah. You could be about the whole higher, the creator and all that every moment of your life. And that's how I live my life. And if it's weird to people, I don't care. That's how I live. And I see that. And great things have happened to me. Doors have opened up. Allah has opened up doors of financial freedom and just loving my life and my family being back reunited and me having self-confidence and just a real sense of purpose and giving something to my own life so I can get that thing back again. Because if you want more, you got to give more. Simple. And what are you giving? What degree are you giving? Are you giving in to receive? Or are you giving to just give it's going to come back to you? I'm breathing my air. My carbon dioxide is breathing out the greenery. They say plants are all connected, right? So my carbon dioxide is being absorbed by these trees and the plant life and the greenery, and then it's giving out oxygen. And I'm programming it such that whatever I say, it's going to be beneficial. It's going to be at a higher frequency, a higher vibration of expanding your mind, of empowerment, rather than making you scared and arrogant more, and bashing other people. It's like you can program your exhalation, because what you inhaled was good and you exhaled good, and then the air, the oxygen is created by the trees. Am I not correct? And then people breathe in that oxygen. They're breathing in your frequency. That's how I walk around this reality, because I know, and science has told you, biology tells you that all the plant life is connected within the earth through a very, very complicated root system. It's like they almost talk to each other, or they know that frequency. They know. It's like very, very deep. Because they're being the perfect tree, they're being the perfect animal, they're being the perfect everything. And it's like when you connect with those things and you contemplate just the beauty of it and like the metaphysics of it, even the quantum physics of it, and like how I told you about oxygen and like programming it in your mind, in your higher mind, because it's all energy, right? Your thought is creative. You can actually think yourself into a better day, repeatedly. What do you do when you wake up in the mirror in the morning and you look in the mirror and you're brushing your teeth? Aren't you saying, oh, I look like shit? Oh, I'm getting old. Oh, I'm getting fat. You're programming yourself for more of that. So if you obtain a habit and sigils or something like that, or some kind of image that you have impressed upon a certain idea or thought into that image, and then you have that image around you when you wake up in the morning and brush your teeth, then it's like you have energetically tied your conscious mind to be looking at that image, not about what's wrong with you. It's like you consciously, you can program your mind early in the morning when you wake up by repeating these frequencies and vibrations, and even reading like gratitude journals and all that stuff. It works, and it's like, oh, read the Quran. That's all you gotta do. It's like, what the hell, man? I'm talking about some real stuff, You know, it's like, oh, do you pray 5 times? That's all people say because they've been programmed to not believe anything else except what they've been told. But me even addressing that demographic takes me to a lower frequency. Now I got to think about something and I got to go to that frequency. I don't want to go there. You know, I'm done with that. You know, when I go down in a coal mine, I'm going to get dirty. I don't want to get dirty. I've been dirty for a long time. I just clean myself up, in fact. You know what I mean? It's like what I'll do is I'm just throwing stuff down there. It's like the more coal the more coal you throw down there, the more they'll get in their reservoir, and then the more they have to leave with that coal to the sunlight. You know what I mean? They have to come back. So I'm putting more coal down there for them to mine. You know, for them it's coal, and at the top they're diamonds. You know, that's what coal is. It's carbon repressed into pressure. You know, into this geometrical pattern. It's amazing. Anyways, I gotta go. I wish I can talk more. My wife is like, oh, you think you're better than people, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like that's what people that are Muslim, they think that I think I'm better. It's not like that at all. It's not my perception. That's their perception of me, not my perception. You know, that's how they're looking at me. But somebody else might be like, oh, this guy, you know, every time I see you, you're cool and you're really chill. You know, it's like, how come they, you know, it's a different perception because they're projecting their own projection, their own level of knowing, understanding, and what these, what level of dunya they're in, you know? I don't get affected by anything. Anymore. Triggered, you know? But it's like I have to always be inside the dhikr, you know? I can't just do it. I can't just go back into like slumming it around and waking up in the afternoon and just like, you know, not being, and not actually doing some things that I have to do for my own hustles, and not hustles, but, you know, my own side streams of income and all that kind of stuff, you know? It's like if I the more I do dhikr and all those kind of things, the more I'm engaged in that side business, because it's not a side business. It's like my arm. It's part of my arm. You know, it's like it's part of me. So it becomes an extension of my energy. Whatever you do, all these, you know, they say like the average millionaire, it has seven streams of income. They said that 7 streams of income. And now I'm thinking about like 7. Wow, there's another number 7. You know, 7 times around the Kaaba, 7. You know, chakras, 7 main energy meridians, 7 heavens, 7 streams of income. It's like, you know, it's like all ties down to like your subconscious mind. You know, it's like the blueprint is out there to become a millionaire and be happy and, you know, be fulfilled and be a really good Muslim and all that stuff. You know, but it's like being a good Muslim does not mean you can answer quiz questions, you know, trivia, for other people, for their amusement, or for their, you know, it's like, dude, why are you so worried about other people? You know? Of course it does. It talks about metaphysical, supernatural things, doesn't it? So you're saying that the Quran does not talk about supernatural things? Very supernatural things that are like, you know, that need interpretation. Oh yeah, scholars have interpreted it, yes. And they've interpreted it as being at that level of reality in the caves, or, you know, in beyond, before the age of, you know, industry, and before technology, before, you know, being more embedded in the illusion, more in the dunya, more trapped. So you're saying people are more free, more close to Allah than ever, because they're debating and they're protesting and they're sending letters to the president and all that kind of stuff, and they're being accepted, or I don't know. It's like, I don't understand. Anyways, I gotta go inside and do some yoga. and prayer and get to a high frequency and talk to entities and angels and meditate. Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Allahu Akbar.